Cucumber interview questions for expert automation engineers. Top 136 questions to ask. If you are aspiring to secure a job as a QA automation engineer with a specialization in Cucumber development, it is essential to be well prepared for your job interview. In this video you will find the top 136 Cucumber interview questions and answers for expert automation engineers. If you are looking for the PDF version, please check the video description for the PDF or doc formatted file. Question 1. What is Cucumber? Cucumber is a behavior-driven development (BDD) tool that allows you to write executable specifications of your software. Question 2. What is the difference between Cucumber and other BDD tools? Cucumber is a popular BDD tool that is known for its simplicity and ease of use. It is also supported by a large community of users and developers. Question 3. What are the benefits of using Cucumber? Cucumber is a powerful tool that can be used to automate a wide range of software testing tasks. It is also easy to learn and use, and it is supported by a large community of users and developers. Question 4. What are the different types of Cucumber features? Cucumber features are written in a natural language called Gherkin, which makes them easy to understand for both technical and non-technical audiences. Cucumber steps are written in a programming language, such as Ruby, Python, or Java. When Cucumber is run, it will execute the steps in your features and report on the results. Question 5. What are the different types of Cucumber steps? Cucumber steps are written in a programming language, such as Ruby, Python, or Java. When Cucumber is run, it will execute the steps in your features and report on the results. Question 6. How do you write a Cucumber feature file? Cucumber feature files are written in a natural language called Gherkin. To write a Cucumber feature file, you will need to start each line with a keyword, such as given, when or then. You will also need to provide a description of the step. If you are using examples, add them to the end of the feature file. Question 7. How do you write a Cucumber step definition? Cucumber step definitions are written in a programming language, such as Ruby, Python, or Java. To write a Cucumber step definition, you will need to create a new file with the .rb extension. You will also need to import the Cucumber library. Next, you will need to define a function for each step in your feature file. The function should take in the arguments from the step. Finally, the function should return a Boolean value, indicating whether the step passed or failed. Question 8. How do you run Cucumber features? To run Cucumber features, you will need to install the Cucumber library. You will also need to create a Cucumber configuration file. Finally, you can run the Cucumber command. Question 9. What are the different ways to debug Cucumber features? There are a few different ways to debug Cucumber features. You can use the Cucumber console to step through your features line by line. You can also use the Cucumber report to see the results of your tests. Finally, you can use the Cucumber logging to see the output of your tests. Question 10. What are the different ways to report on Cucumber features? There are a few different ways to report on Cucumber features. You can use the Cucumber report to see the results of your tests. You can also use the Cucumber logging to see the output of your tests. Finally, You can use a third-party reporting tool, such as Allure or Junit. Question 11. What are the different cucumber tags? Cucumber tags are used to identify features and steps. There are a few different types of cucumber tags, such as @given, @when, @then, @ignore, @feature, @scenario, and @examples. Question 12. How do you use cucumber tags to filter features? To run all features with the @feature tag, use the t@feature command line option. To run all features with the @scenario tag, use the t@scenario command line option. To run all features with the @examples tag, use the t@examples command line option. Question 13. How do you use cucumber tags to run specific features? To run the feature with the id_my_feature, use the f_my_feature command line option. To run the scenario with the id_my_scenario, use the s_my_scenario command line option. Question 14. How do you use cucumber tags to skip features? To skip all features with the @feature tag, use the x@feature command line option. To skip all features with the @scenario tag, use the x@scenario command line option. To skip all features with the @examples tag, use the x@examples command line option. Question 15. What are the different cucumber data tables? Cucumber data tables allow structured tabular data in Gherkin scenarios. They are represented using pipes or vertical bars. Question 16. How do you use cucumber data tables to pass data to steps? Define a step with a datatable parameter. Cucumber maps the data table from the feature file to the step definition, allowing iteration over rows for further processing. Question 17. How do you use cucumber data tables to validate step output? Retrieve expected values from the data table in the step definition, then compare them with actual output using assertions or validation checks. Question 18. What are the different cucumber hooks? Cucumber hooks allow running setup teardown actions. Types include before, after step, after step, before scenario, after scenario, before feature, after feature. Question 19. How do you run code before after a feature using cucumber hooks? Implement before feature and after feature hooks to define actions performed before after a feature, such as setting up test data or cleaning up resources. Question 20. How do you run code before after a step using cucumber hooks? Use before step and after step hooks to execute code before after a step. Examples include logging info, capturing screenshots, or performing additional setup cleanup. Question 21. How do you run code before after a scenario using cucumber hooks? Utilize before scenario and after scenario hooks to define actions executed before after a scenario. Can set initial conditions, clean up resources, or prepare data. Question 22. What are the different Cucumber reports? Cucumber offers HTML, JSON, Junit XML, and Pretty reports to present test execution results. They provide details on feature scenario status, steps execution, and failures. Question 23. How do you generate Cucumber reports? Use reporting plugins or libraries like Cucumber HTML Formatter or Cucumber JVM Report. They parse test results and generate comprehensive reports in desired formats. Question 24. How do you identify failing features using Cucumber reports? Cucumber reports mark failing features with a specific status, e.g., failed or error. Review the reports to identify failed features and investigate the reasons given. Question 25. How do you identify failing steps using Cucumber reports? Cucumber reports indicate failing steps with an appropriate status, e.g., failed or error. Analyze the reports to identify and address the failed steps accordingly. Question 26. How do you identify failing scenarios using Cucumber reports? Failing scenarios can be identified by reviewing Cucumber reports. Failed scenarios will have a status indicating the failure, allowing you to address and fix the issues. Question 27. What are the ways to integrate Cucumber with other tools? Cucumber can be integrated with other tools through plugins and libraries. Examples include Junit for test execution, Selenium for web automation, and many more. Question 28. How do you integrate Cucumber with Junit? Integrate Cucumber with Junit by adding the Cucumber Junit dependency and writing Cucumber tests as Junit test cases. Configure test runners to execute Cucumber features. Question 29. How do you integrate Cucumber with Selenium? Integrate Cucumber with Selenium by combining Cucumber's step definitions with Selenium WebDriver. Use the step definitions to interact with web elements and perform actions. Question 30. How do you use Cucumber to automate web applications? Cucumber is a tool that supports behavior-driven development (BDD). It allows you to write executable scenarios in a natural language called a feature file. These scenarios describe the expected behavior of your web application. Step definitions match to the scenarios. Use a web automation framework like Selenium or Capybara to interact with the browser and verify outcomes. Question 31. How do you use Cucumber to automate desktop applications? Cucumber can be used to automate desktop applications. One option is to use WinAppDriver, a Windows service that enables app automation. It implements the WebDriver protocol and can work with Cucumber in Ruby. Another option is to use Siculix, a visual automation tool that recognizes and interacts with screen images. Cucumber can integrate with Siculix using Cucumber Siculix library. Question 32. How do you use Cucumber to automate mobile applications? Cucumber can be used to automate mobile applications. One option is to use Appium, an open-source platform for app automation on iOS and Android devices. It implements the WebDriver protocol and can be used with Cucumber in Ruby. Another option is to use Calabash, a cross-platform framework that allows automated acceptance tests for mobile apps. Cucumber can integrate with Calabash using Cucumber Calabash library. Question 33. How do you use Cucumber to automate API tests? Cucumber can be used to automate API tests. Scenarios and feature files describe the expected behavior of your APIs. Step definitions match to the scenarios. Use an HTTP client library like REST client or Party to send requests and validate responses. Assertion libraries like RSpec or TestUnit can be used to validate status codes, headers, and response bodies. Question 34. What are the different challenges of using Cucumber? Using Cucumber may pose challenges such as writing clear and concise feature files, maintaining consistent terminology, organizing files logically, managing dependencies and configurations, troubleshooting failures, and keeping files in sync with changing requirements and codebase. Question 35. How do you overcome the challenges of using Cucumber? Some ways to overcome challenges are following best practices for writing feature files, using style guides, maintaining a logical folder structure, managing dependencies with dir environment variables, using debugging tools, and utilizing version control or SCI tools for synchronization and regular testing. Question 36. What are the best practices for using Cucumber? Best practices for using Cucumber include writing feature files from an end user's perspective, collaborating with stakeholders, focusing on what the system should do rather than how, ensuring testability, conciseness, and consistency of feature files, and making them independent and unambiguous. Question 37. How do you write maintainable Cucumber features? To write maintainable features, use descriptive names, utilize background steps to avoid repetition, leverage scenario outlines with examples, categorize with tags, and employ hooks for setup and teardown actions. Comments can help clarify complex steps or logic. Question 38. How do you write maintainable Cucumber step definitions? Writing maintainable step definitions involves using expressive names, capturing dynamic values with parameters and regexes, encapsulating common logic in helper methods, abstracting web-mobile interactions with page objects, verifying outcomes with assertions or matchers, and passing complex data using data tables or docstrings. Question 39. How do you write maintainable Cucumber reports? To write maintainable reports, use built-in or custom formatters plugins to generate reports in desired formats, capture visual evidence with screenshots or videos, include additional information or artifacts with embed methods or attachments, and consolidate reports using aggregators or dashboards. Question 40. How do you use Cucumber to improve the quality of your software? Cucumber can improve software quality by facilitating collaboration, serving as living documentation, enabling automated verification against specifications, and providing quick and continuous feedback throughout the development lifecycle. Question 41. What are the different ways to learn Cucumber? Learning Cucumber can be done through reading books, articles, watching videos, webinars, taking courses, workshops, practicing exercises, projects, and joining online forums, communities for discussions and learning from others. Question 42. What are the best resources for learning Cucumber? The official Cucumber website, GitHub repository, Slack channel, YouTube channel, and Udemy course are some of the best resources for learning Cucumber. They provide documentation, examples, discussions, videos, and structured courses to help you learn and understand Cucumber concepts, features, and best practices. Question 43. What are the different communities for Cucumber? The Cucumber community can be found on the official Slack channel, forum, Stack Overflow tag, and Reddit subreddit. These communities offer opportunities to connect with other users, developers, and contributors, engage in discussions, ask questions, and share news, articles, and videos related to Cucumber. Question 44. How do you get involved in the Cucumber community? To get involved in the Cucumber community, join the Slack channel, participate actively by asking questions, sharing experiences, and giving feedback. Additionally, contribute code, documentation, bug fixes, features, etc. to the GitHub repositories, following the contribution guidelines. Question 45. What are the different ways to contribute to Cucumber? Report bugs and suggest improvements on the Cucumber issue tracker. Write documentation for Cucumber. Create or contribute to Cucumber extensions. Donate to the Cucumber project. Question 46. How do you become a Cucumber expert? Learn the basics of Cucumber. Practice writing Cucumber tests. Read the Cucumber documentation. Attend Cucumber conferences and meetups. Get involved in the Cucumber community. Question 47. What are the different career paths for Cucumber experts? Quality assurance engineer, software engineer, technical writer, trainer, consultant. Question 48. How do you find a job as a Cucumber expert? Search for job openings on online job boards. Network with people in the Cucumber community. Contact companies that use Cucumber. Question 49. What are the different salaries for Cucumber experts? The salary for a Cucumber expert can vary depending on the company, the location, and the experience level. However, Cucumber experts typically earn a good salary. Question 50. What are the different benefits for Cucumber experts? In addition to a good salary, Cucumber experts often receive other benefits, such as health insurance, paid vacation, 401k plan, paid parental leave. Question 51. What are the different types of Cucumber expressions? Regular expressions, gherkin expressions, Cucumber expressions. Question 52. How do you use Cucumber expressions to validate the output of steps? Use the then keyword. Question 53. How do you use Cucumber expressions to generate data for data tables? Use the in keyword. Question 54. What are the different ways to write Cucumber tests? Write plain text gherkin steps. Use a gherkin parser to generate Java, Python, or Ruby code. Use a Cucumber IDE to write and run Cucumber tests. Question 55. How do you write Cucumber tests that are independent of each other? Use different feature files for different features. Use different scenarios for different tests. Use different steps for different actions. Question 56. How do you write Cucumber tests that are easy to maintain? Use clear and concise language. Use consistent formatting. Use descriptive names for steps and features. Question 57. How do you write Cucumber tests that are easy to debug? Use clear and concise language. Use consistent formatting. Use descriptive names for steps and features. Use the given when and then keywords to describe the steps of a test. Question 58. How do you write Cucumber tests that are easy to run? Use a cucumber runner. Use a cucumber IDE. Use a continuous integration server. Question 59. How do you write cucumber tests that are easy to report on? Use a cucumber report generator. Question 60. How to improve the performance of cucumber tests? Use a database to store test data. Use a caching mechanism to store the results of previous tests. Use a parallel test runner to run multiple tests at the same time. Use a test framework that supports asynchronous testing. Question 61. How to use Cucumber to automate regression testing? Write Cucumber features that describe the expected behavior of the software. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 62. How to use Cucumber to automate smoke testing? Write Cucumber features that test the most critical features of the software. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 63. How to use Cucumber to automate exploratory testing? Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 64. How to use Cucumber to automate user acceptance testing? Write Cucumber features that describe the expected behavior of the software from the user's perspective. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 65. How to use Cucumber to automate performance testing? Write Cucumber features that test the performance of the software. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 66. How to use Cucumber to automate security testing? Write Cucumber features that test the security of the software. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 67. How to use Cucumber to automate accessibility testing? Write Cucumber features that test the accessibility of the software. Use a test runner to execute the Cucumber features. Use a reporting tool to generate reports that show the results of the tests. Question 68. How to use Cucumber to automate different types of tests? Use Cucumber to automate unit tests. Use Cucumber to automate integration tests. Use Cucumber to automate system tests. Use Cucumber to automate acceptance tests. Question 69. How to use Cucumber to automate tests for different types of software? Use Cucumber to automate tests for web applications. Use Cucumber to automate tests for desktop applications. Use Cucumber to automate tests for mobile applications. Use Cucumber to automate tests for embedded systems. Question 70. How to use Cucumber to automate tests for different types of devices? Use Cucumber to automate tests for desktop computers. Use Cucumber to automate tests for laptops. Use Cucumber to automate tests for tablets. Use Cucumber to automate tests for smartphones. Question 71. How to use Cucumber with Junit? Use the Cucumber Unit Runner to run Cucumber features as unit tests. Use the Cucumber Unit Report formatter to generate unit reports from Cucumber results. Use the Cucumber Unit assertions to assert the results of Cucumber tests. Question 72. How to use Cucumber to generate unit reports. Use the Cucumber Unit Report formatter to generate unit reports from Cucumber results. Use the Cucumber Unit assertions to assert the results of Cucumber tests. Question 73. How to use Cucumber to run unit tests from the command line. Use the Cucumber Unit Runner to run Cucumber features as unit tests from the command line. Use the Cucumber Unit Report formatter to generate unit reports from Cucumber results from the command line. Use the Cucumber Unit assertions to assert the results of Cucumber tests from the command line. Question 74. How do you use Cucumber to run unit tests from an IDE? To use Cucumber to run unit tests from an IDE, you can follow these steps. 1. Create a new unit test class. 2. Add the following dependency to your pom.xml file: eo.cucumber, Cucumber Unit 6.11.0 Test 3. Write your Cucumber tests in the unit test class. 4. Run the unit test class from your IDE. Question 75. What are the different ways to use Cucumber with Selenium? There are a few different ways to use Cucumber with Selenium. One way is to use the Cucumber Selenium library. This library provides a number of features that make it easy to automate web applications with Selenium and Cucumber. For example, the library provides a number of step definitions that can be used to interact with web elements. Another way to use Cucumber with Selenium is to use the Selenium WebDriver API directly. This approach gives you more control over how your tests are executed, but it can also be more difficult to get started. Question 76. How do you use Cucumber to drive Selenium tests? To use Cucumber to drive Selenium tests, you can use the Cucumber Selenium library. This library provides a number of step definitions that can be used to interact with web elements. For example, the following step definition can be used to click on a link: _GIVENI, click on the $link$do. Question 77. How do you use Cucumber to generate Selenium reports? To use Cucumber to generate Selenium reports, you can use the Cucumber Reports library. This library provides a number of report formats that can be used to generate reports from Cucumber tests. For example, the following command can be used to generate a HTML report: Cucumber report. Question 78. How do you use Cucumber to run Selenium tests from the command line? To use Cucumber to run Selenium tests from the command line, you can use the following command: Cucumber. This command will run all of the Cucumber tests in the current directory. You can also use the T option to specify a specific tag to run. For example, the following command will run all of the Cucumber tests that are tagged with @smoke. Cucumber T @smoke. Question 79. How do you use Cucumber to run Selenium tests from an IDE? To use Cucumber to run Selenium tests from an IDE, you can use the following steps. 1. Right-click on the Cucumber test file and select Run as Unit Test. 2. The test will be run in the IDE's integrated test runner. Question 80. What are the different ways to use Cucumber with other tools? Cucumber can be used with a variety of other tools, including other testing frameworks, such as Junit, and test and continuous integration tools, such as Jenkins, and TeamCity bug tracking tools, such as Jira and Bugzilla. Question 81. How do you use Cucumber to integrate with other testing frameworks? To use Cucumber to integrate with other testing frameworks, you can use the Cucumber Junit or Cucumber testing libraries. These libraries provide a number of features that make it easy to run Cucumber tests from other testing frameworks. Question 82. How do you use Cucumber to integrate with other continuous integration tools? To use Cucumber to integrate with other continuous integration tools, you can use the Cucumber Sci library. This library provides a number of features that make it easy to run Cucumber tests from continuous integration tools. Question 83. How do you use Cucumber to integrate with other bug tracking tools? To use Cucumber to integrate with other bug tracking tools, you can use the Cucumber Jira or Cucumber Bugzilla libraries. These libraries provide a number of features that make it easy to report Cucumber test results to bug tracking tools. Question 84. What are the different challenges of using Cucumber with other tools? One challenge of using Cucumber with other tools is that Cucumber uses its own language, Gherkin. This can make it difficult to integrate Cucumber with tools that do not support Gherkin. Question 85. How do you write maintainable Cucumber reports that integrate with other tools? Use a consistent naming convention for your steps and features. Use comments to explain what each step does. Use tags to group your steps together. Use data tables to store data that is used by multiple steps. Use a test runner that supports integration with other tools. Question 86. How do you use Cucumber to improve the quality of your software when integrating with other tools? Cucumber can be used to improve the quality of your software by integrating with other tools, such as bug tracking tools, continuous integration tools, continuous delivery tools, performance testing tools, security testing tools. By integrating Cucumber with these tools, you can ensure that your tests are run automatically, that your test results are easily accessible, and that your tests are used to drive the development of your software. Question 87. What are the different ways to use Cucumber to improve the quality of your software? Cucumber can be used to improve the quality of your software in a number of ways, including writing more readable and maintainable tests, automating more tests, improving the collaboration between testers and developers, improving the communication between testers and stakeholders, improving the culture of testing within your organization. Question 88. How do you use Cucumber to improve the readability of your tests? Cucumber uses a natural language syntax that makes your tests easier to read and understand. This can help to improve the collaboration between testers and developers, as well as the communication between testers and stakeholders. Question 89. How do you use Cucumber to improve the maintainability of your tests? Cucumber's step definition language makes it easy to maintain your tests. You can easily add new steps or modify existing steps without having to worry about breaking your tests. Question 90. How do you use Cucumber to improve the automation of your tests? Cucumber can be used to automate a wide range of tests, including functional tests, acceptance tests, and performance tests. This can help you to save time and money and to improve the quality of your software. Question 91. How do you use Cucumber to improve the reporting of your tests? Cucumber can generate a variety of reports that can help you to track the progress of your testing, identify any defects, and measure the quality of your software. Question 92. How do you use Cucumber to improve the collaboration of your team? Cucumber can help to improve the collaboration between testers and developers by providing a common language for discussing tests. This can help to break down the silos between these two groups and to improve the overall quality of your software. Question 93. How do you use Cucumber to improve the communication of your team? Cucumber's natural language syntax can help to improve the communication of your team by making it easier for non-technical stakeholders to understand your tests. This can help to ensure that your tests are aligned with the needs of your business. Question 94. How do you use Cucumber to improve the culture of your team? Cucumber can help to improve the culture of your team by promoting a culture of testing and quality. This can help to attract and retain top talent and to improve the overall performance of your organization. Question 95. How do you use Cucumber to improve the business value of your software? Cucumber can help to improve the business value of your software by reducing the cost of testing, improving the quality of your software, increasing the speed of your development process, reducing the risk of defects. Question 96. What are the future trends for Cucumber? The future trends for Cucumber include increased adoption of Cucumber by more organizations, development of new features for Cucumber, such as support for parallel testing and test case management, integration of Cucumber with other tools, such as artificial intelligence and machine learning. Question 97. What are the different ways to use Cucumber to improve the efficiency of your testing? Cucumber can be used to improve the efficiency of your testing in a number of ways, including using a test runner that supports parallel testing, using a test data management tool, using a test automation framework, using a continuous integration tool, using a continuous delivery tool. Question 98. How do you use Cucumber to reduce the time it takes to write tests? Cucumber's step definition language can help you to reduce the time it takes to write tests. You can reuse existing step definitions, and you can easily add new step definitions without having to worry about breaking your tests. Question 99. How do you use Cucumber to reduce the time it takes to run tests? Cucumber can help reduce the time it takes to run tests by using a variety of techniques, such as parallel execution and caching. Question 100. How do you use Cucumber to reduce the time it takes to debug tests? Cucumber can help reduce the time it takes to debug tests by providing a clear and concise way to express test cases. This can make it easier to identify the source of a problem and fix it. Question 101. How do you use Cucumber to reduce the time it takes to report on tests? Cucumber can help reduce the time it takes to report on tests by providing a variety of built-in reporting features. This can make it easier to track the progress of your testing and identify any areas that need improvement. Question 102. How do you use Cucumber to reduce the cost of your testing? Cucumber can help reduce the cost of your testing by reducing the time it takes to run tests and debug problems. This can free up your team to focus on other tasks, such as developing new features. Question 103. How do you use Cucumber to improve the scalability of your testing? Cucumber can help improve the scalability of your testing by allowing you to run tests in parallel. This can help you to test larger and more complex applications more quickly. Question 104. How do you use Cucumber to improve the flexibility of your testing? Cucumber can help improve the flexibility of your testing by allowing you to use a variety of programming languages and frameworks. This can make it easier to integrate Cucumber into your existing testing infrastructure. Question 105. How do you use Cucumber to improve the maintainability of your testing? Cucumber can help improve the maintainability of your testing by providing a clear and concise way to express test cases. This can make it easier to update tests as your application changes. Question 106. How do you use Cucumber to improve the reliability of your testing? Cucumber can help improve the reliability of your testing by providing a variety of built-in features, such as assertions and step definitions. This can help to ensure that your tests are accurate and consistent. Question 107. What are the different ways to use Cucumber to improve the security of your software? Cucumber can be used to improve the security of your software by helping you to identify and fix security vulnerabilities. For example, you can use Cucumber to write tests that simulate common attack vectors, such as SQL injection and cross-site scripting. Question 108. How do you use Cucumber to find security vulnerabilities in your software? Cucumber can be used to find security vulnerabilities in your software by writing tests that simulate common attack vectors. For example, you can write a test that attempts to inject malicious SQL code into a web application. If the test succeeds, it means that the web application is vulnerable to SQL injection. Question 109. How do you use Cucumber to prevent security vulnerabilities in your software? Cucumber can be used to prevent security vulnerabilities in your software by writing tests that verify that your application is secure. For example, you can write a test that verifies that the web application is properly sanitizing user input. If the test fails, it means that the web application is not properly sanitizing user input, which could make it vulnerable to attack. Question 110. How do you use Cucumber to improve the accessibility of your software? Cucumber can be used to improve the accessibility of your software by helping you to identify and fix accessibility issues. For example, you can use Cucumber to write tests that simulate the use of assistive technologies, such as screen readers. Question 111. How do you use Cucumber to find accessibility issues in your software? Cucumber can be used to find accessibility issues in your software by writing tests that simulate the use of assistive technologies. For example, you can write a test that attempts to use a screen reader to navigate your web application. If the test fails, it means that your web application is not accessible to users who rely on screen readers. Question 112. How do you use Cucumber to prevent accessibility issues in your software? Cucumber can be used to prevent accessibility issues in your software by writing tests that verify that your application is accessible. For example, you can write a test that verifies that your web application provides alternative text for all images. If the test fails, it means that your web application is not providing alternative text for all images, which could make it inaccessible to users who rely on screen readers. Question 113. How do you use Cucumber to improve the usability of your software? Cucumber can be used to improve the usability of your software by helping you to identify and fix usability issues. For example, you can use Cucumber to write tests that simulate the use of your software by different types of users, such as novice users and power users. Question 114. How do you use Cucumber to find usability issues in your software? Write gherkin feature files that describe the expected behavior of the software. These feature files can then be executed by Cucumber to verify that the software meets the expected behavior. Question 115. How do you use Cucumber to prevent usability issues in your software? Write feature files that are comprehensive and accurate. The feature files should describe all of the possible ways that users can interact with the software. It is also important to have a good understanding of the target audience for the software. The feature files should be written in a way that is easy for the target audience to understand. Question 116. How do you use Cucumber to improve the performance of your software? Write feature files that exercise the software in a variety of ways. These feature files can then be executed by Cucumber to measure the performance of the software. Question 117. How do you use Cucumber to find performance issues in your software? Identify the areas where the software is performing poorly. Once the areas of poor performance have been identified, it is possible to make changes to the software to improve its performance. Question 118. How do you use Cucumber to prevent performance issues in your software? Make changes to the software to improve its performance. Question 119. How do you use Cucumber to improve the maintainability of your software? Write code that is easy to understand and modify. The code should be well documented and should follow a consistent coding style. Question 120. How do you use Cucumber to find maintainability issues in your software? Write feature files that test the software's ability to be modified. These feature files can then be executed by Cucumber to verify that the software is easy to maintain. Question 121. How do you use Cucumber to prevent maintainability issues in your software? Use clear and concise language in your feature files. Use a consistent naming convention for your steps. Use comments to explain the purpose of your steps. Use data tables to avoid repeating yourself. Use step definitions to abstract away the implementation details of your steps. Refactor your feature files and step definitions regularly. Question 122. What are the different ways to use Cucumber to improve the compliance of your software? Use Cucumber to automate your compliance tests. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to track your compliance status. Use Cucumber to identify compliance gaps. Use Cucumber to track your progress in closing compliance gaps. Question 123. How do you use Cucumber to find compliance violations in your software? Use Cucumber to run your compliance tests against your latest code changes. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to identify compliance violations. Use Cucumber to track your progress in resolving compliance violations. Question 124. How do you use Cucumber to prevent compliance violations in your software? Use Cucumber to automate your compliance tests and run them regularly. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to track your compliance status. Use Cucumber to identify compliance gaps and track your progress in closing them. Question 125. How do you use Cucumber to improve the reliability of your software? Use Cucumber to automate your regression tests. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to track your regression test coverage. Use Cucumber to identify regressions and track your progress in fixing them. Question 126. How do you use Cucumber to find reliability issues in your software? Use Cucumber to run your regression tests against your latest code changes. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to identify regressions. Use Cucumber to track your progress in fixing regressions. Question 127. How do you use Cucumber to prevent reliability issues in your software? Use Cucumber to automate your regression tests and run them regularly. Use Cucumber to generate reports that can be used to track your regression test coverage. Use Cucumber to identify regressions and track your progress in fixing them. Question 128. How do you use Cucumber to improve the testability of your software? By writing Cucumber scenarios in a natural language format, focusing on user behavior, and collaborating with stakeholders, Cucumber enhances the testability of software. Question 129. How do you use Cucumber to find testability issues in your software? Cucumber helps identify testability issues by exposing inconsistencies or ambiguities in feature files, uncovering gaps in test coverage, or revealing conflicts between expected behavior and actual implementation. Question 130. How do you use Cucumber to prevent testability issues in your software? To prevent testability issues, it's essential to follow best practices while writing Cucumber scenarios. This includes keeping scenarios concise, clear, and independent, avoiding duplication, using descriptive and consistent naming conventions, and collaborating closely with stakeholders. Question 131. How do you use Cucumber to improve the maintainability of your tests? Cucumber improves test maintainability by promoting a structured and reusable approach. It encourages the use of scenario outlines and examples for data-driven testing, organizing step definitions, and implementing abstraction layers. Question 132. How do you use Cucumber to find maintainability issues in your tests? During test execution, maintainability issues may surface in the form of redundant or complex step definitions, inconsistent naming conventions, excessive dependencies, or lack of modularization. Regular review and analysis of test results can help identify and address these concerns. Question 133. How do you use Cucumber to prevent maintainability issues in your tests? To prevent maintainability issues, follow best practices when writing Cucumber scenarios and step definitions. This includes using expressive names, efficient value capture, abstraction of complex interactions, avoiding unnecessary dependencies, and regular code refactoring. Question 134. How do you use Cucumber to improve the reliability of your tests? Cucumber improves test reliability by providing a clear and executable specification of system behavior. By aligning scenarios with requirements and validating outcomes through assertions, Cucumber ensures tests accurately reflect expected behavior. Question 135. How do you use Cucumber to find reliability issues? Cucumber helps by executing scenarios and validating outcomes, allowing us to identify inconsistencies or unexpected behavior that may indicate reliability issues. Question 136. How do you use Cucumber to prevent reliability issues? Cucumber helps prevent reliability issues by creating comprehensive test scenarios that cover different aspects of the system, including edge cases and error conditions.